Hello, Ram. Good evening. How are you? Good evening, Raj. I'm fine. Thank you, and you? Surviving. I say, Ram, at least on payday one expects to be happy and be all smiles. But is that the case with us? Everything seems to go awry. I feel really hung up about things. That has always been the lot of the middle class. First of all, it is the carry-home salary that counts. After all the deductions for Provident Fund, insurance, etc., how much is left over? Have you ever succeeded in making ends meet? Never. Mine has always been a deficit budget. Then there are bills for telephone, electricity, water, and what have you. When all the payments are made, what's left is used up for the bare monthly necessities. We used to eat out once or twice a month, but now we can't afford it. How many members are there in your family? Just 5. How much do you spend on groceries? We are only 4 in the family. But prices go up every week or even every day, and so the expenses go up every month. I used to buy our monthly provisions with Rs. 750. But now I can't manage it with a mere Rs. 900. Today a bill for Rs. 950 has come from the local shop where my wife has an account for groceries. Does our income go up proportionately every month? I spend almost half of my salary on groceries. In addition, don't we need money for children's education, clothes, transport, maintenance of the house, and some entertainment once in a while? Can we even dream of luxury items? For us, living itself is a luxury. We are only 4 in the family, and even then it is very difficult. Do you know how we manage? Just tell me what you do. I'll tell you what. We just tighten our belts a notch every month. Very simple, isn't it? Besides, we have a small kitchen garden, and we get enough vegetables for our use. My wife makes all the clothes for herself and our daughter. That is how we economize. That's a good idea. Is there any harm in our wives making some money at home even by making clothes for others? The double income will certainly help the family to live comfortably. The disadvantage is obvious only when the wife also goes out to work. But she can do some independent job at home and earn some money. I don't see any disadvantage in that. Whether your wife earns some money or not, the cost of living shoots up. We have to be practical. Yes, you are right. Supplementing the husband's income is the only way to be able to live comfortably and out of debt. For that, one has to think of ways and means of doing it. I have a long list of things from everybody at home. I have to buy them before I go home. Where do we find money for all this? Don't you think you're overreacting a bit? We should stop grumbling. This is life, and we must get used to it. What was your salary when you got married? Mine was only Rs. 400, but now I get about Rs. 4,000. But Ram, in those days we were able to manage with that salary. Is that the case now? The expenses are always more than our income. That's inflation. That was the case even at that time. But then our needs were limited. Now our needs have multiplied and so have our expenses. What I mean is that we don't ever consider the increase in our income. Every year the DA goes up 2 or 3 times and the salary is revised once in 5 years. Don't we also get an interim relief now and then? If we consider this, we will learn to be less dissatisfied. There is no way to control the price of commodities. They will go up whether we like it or not, in a free market economy that sees heavy government spending and chronic deficit financing. The income also will go up to some extent, but not proportionately. That is why one always gets frustrated. True. So the only way is to control our expenses and live within our means. At the same time, try to raise your income or to supplement your income by honest means. It can't be as bad as all that. There is no need to get so upset. The simple question is how. Try and look on the bright side. You have got to be more resourceful. No amount of complaining will help. That's easy to say. But is it feasible? I have been doing my best to economize on everything. Yes, it is possible. With good planning, you can economize on light, water, gas, fuel and almost everything. Let us give up our pretensions. We aren't rich, are we? We don't intend to show off, do we? Let us be practical. It is getting late. Go home and sleep in peace. Good evening. Good evening, see you tomorrow.